A very warm welcome to When Buddha Moved In, my channel, to you. And this reading that I'm going to share today is something that came to me already this morning, and it became more and more clear throughout the day. So I'm going to share this to you who are still suffering and have a lot of negative emotions that not only arises in some particular situations, but those that are arising just like out of the blue that you cannot control. And I'm going to do two things. I'm going to share something from the Buddhist teachings and what I find important and uh, interesting today. And the subject is around fear and all the suffering that you might discover in this world, and also because you are a human being. So I will just go through the six most common and very important fears to be aware of. So one is when you have the feeling of being in poverty, so that when you are in lack, you don't feel that you have enough, you are not enough, and you don't attract enough. This is, of course, a feeling that is caused by delusions, because they're not true. And it's the mind that keeps you in the state and in the focus of lack. So pay attention to this and think of the areas where you are having fear-based thoughts around lack and limitations. Personally, I can share that every time I give something out and share something from the heart, deeply, truly from the heart, and give what I have, even though that sometimes it's not much, for somebody else is everything. So it's a way of shifting your perspective from having a poverty mindset and then move into a state of being rich, not in all that you have gathered, but rich in the mind that is not set, that mind that is flowing, but not that mind that is set and fixed in in limited views of the world. So if you have a limited view of the world, then you are in lack and limitations. So when you open your mind and you open your heart and you let go of all these illusions and disillusions and diseases, then your body and mind will move into a state of being in ease and in flow, at ease, and it's very, very interesting taking a look at your way of thinking because everything starts and it has a duration and then it ends, and then the cycle uh, it starts over and over and over again. And it was one of the most simple and yet profound, amazing teachings that started my journey into the Buddhist teaching in a more discovering way, where I discovered myself and all the things about me that start, has a duration, and ends, and then start all over again. And that it was when I started to understand more that the suffering is in the between of starting and ending all the time, instead of being in um, the feeling of letting go and being calm in the mind, that things come to an end. Um, and the beauty in this, that you are bringing something that you have been starting to an end. So you might be one that are good at starting projects, or you might be one of those who are very good at making the ends. Maybe you discover a lot of things in between, but if you are aware where you start and the duration and the end, and you're present in the moment, then you will come to some conclusion that are very interesting for yourself. Um, and in that discovery, my theory, based by my own practice, is that you will find that peace and that calmness of your mind and body, and your whole situation right now that might be filled with turmoil and chaotic environments or things around you. Because it's not because I have been born in this country that I'm in calm right now. That I have calmness in my mind and in my body, and there is something that I have been letting go of to get this calmness. So the drama, it is like when you walk out of the door already. Um, but when you have changed your mind and you have looked at yourself in so many different ways, you come to this conclusion, maybe seen from your perspective, that the drama and the all the chaotic stuff is a direct reflection on what you are doing yourself. Because if you're meditating more, and if you are spending more time alone, and if you have children or you have family, you help and support and cultivate them to do the same, you will feel more peace and calmness of your mind. But it's your own struggling with the two-sided polarities that we are so caught up in a lot of this world that we're living in. So fear of poverty was one of the main fears that when you look at that and you release that that is an illusion, then you will start attract more of that peace, and also that you are enough and you have enough. So this was only the one fear based behavior, you can call it. There are 5 more that I want to share. The second one is fear of being criticized. It's fear of being sick, fear of losing someone you love, and fear of being old, and then in the end, fear of dying. So when you are observing yourself, because this is the is the first step to realize something and make a change in your life, is the observation of something within yourself. Then you might find out that all the things that you're frustrated about and having fear, a little anxiety or a lot of anxiety, beneath that there is those 6 fear those 6 fears that cause you a lot of suffering. So now I will channel, I will remember, I will tell something about what might be the most important for you right now. Because behind me here, you can see lots of books around Buddhism and teachings and how to get to where I want to go and be. But for me, this channel and this Buddhi body, a woman and a female body as a Buddhist, brought up in a Christian society, um, is living in the middle way. So an example, having a watch, I haven't had this on for 11 years, then I missed it. So I could be more grateful for the time that I spent in the right way. But it was not very expensive, because what was important was me looking at my time and how I spent the 24 hours a day. So there is a lot of very amazing teachings from Buddhism. But something I discovered that I think that you will find interesting when you follow me here, and that is the misunderstanding of the teachings and the people taking up the religion or the different precepts and studying it in a very theoretical way, and not implement it, not embodying it, so to speak. So what I will um, inspire to and help you to is take a little of this, take what's resonating with you right now, and then try to implement some of that in your daily life. Because if you take one of these things that I'm sharing today and you implement that, then you will see an instant result. You might not see it with your open eyes, like as your body is shrinking or it's building up, but you will observe something change inside of you, and if you do it persistent every day, then your view of the world will change, and hopefully as much as my world changed when I started to look at myself in a different way. So, one of the things that I will share as a solution to this suffering that was the most difficult teaching for me. Um, it was not observing what I did 24 hours a day and maybe write it down, or just take a look at all my defilements and all my addictions as a human in this Western society. The most difficult thing was to look at my roles and my different playing myself, role playing in the society in different roles, to fit in and to be accepted, because if you're not accepted in a group, then you are out of the group. You are and if you were an animal, you would be dead, because as a species, we have to be in groups to protect each other. And so all those six fears, they were lying under beneath this need for approval and recognition in the role. And now this is a new um, closet, or we call it, and it behind it there is things that I can show. So it's like a showcast, so that I can show you what I've got. I can show you that I've got a Buddha up there, and I have a Buddhist books and things behind me. So that is a way of me showing off who I am and what I am in this physical body. But if you ask a lot of people, they don't even know how many muscles they've got, or bones in themselves. But still, they use the body for show off, and we do. Everybody does it, and even though you're Buddhist, and you might have taken shave your head as I have done for 2 times, it's still a role. And you're still playing in that role for recognition and to get attention and to be something special. So it's a very interesting uh, discovery, to look at yourself in this way and realize that everything you do is in a physical manner. Uh, and the self is that big that it creates that much trouble for you because it demands so much. So the suffering is a demand that the body demands so many things. And it's when you get to a certain level of demanding what you want in life that your suffering becomes bigger and bigger, and the frustration becomes bigger and bigger. So it's not that you are not going to wish for something better or have a better life, have an apartment or something to eat every day. It's taking a look at, first of all the things that you have gathered and how exhausted you have become gathering all this. And now, how much time do you spend to rearrange, to do all those different things that you do in a 24-hour cycle, and still you are suffering. So what the Buddha says and what I am saying is, I'm calling myself a Buddhi because that's a woman in a human body. And the Buddhist teaching, they would call it bhikkhuni or bhikkhu. Um, but I'll call myself a Buddhi because what I want, like everybody else, is being somebody um, that are not a person that's not limited. Um, limit. Uh, how am I going to explain this? When you are in a role, you have to be in a certain way. So even though if you're Buddhist, you have to be in a certain way. People, they think you are like this or this because you're Buddhist, or if you're Christian, you're this and this. And no matter what kind of a role you're playing in, somebody or someone or somebody they have opinions and interpretations of who you are and why you are like this, and then what are you going to do when you are like this? If you're a daughter, your son, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, you are in a job, so you are related to be educated in a way that keeps you in this role. And when you take up this role and you put this identity on yourself as a physical explanation or expression, you are limiting yourself. So my biggest purpose in life, and that's why my calmness of mind has grown bigger and bigger every day for the last 5 years. The last 2 years, especially, is because I have found my purpose. And it's not just that I've created my purpose. My purpose has been this from I was a child and from I was born. And it was to share this freedom that you can discover when you say no to all those roles that you're playing around you. So, what about myself sitting here like I do? Um, I haven't got rid of this role, um, but I'm that much aware of this so that everyone that I can come in contact with um, who are interested in themselves and why they are like they are, and you can ask, who am I and why am I so? Um, I can teach something about this because I have been studying for many, many years, and every day I get a new view on who I am and why am I like this? Why and what am I going to do about this? So the most important and inspiring thing for me, being a human in this body, is to discover this and to teach it to you, teach it to you, so that you can become more aware of why you are suffering because of all the things that your body is demanding. And when you just, in a very small and very fine and caring and loving way, just take a break and stay in a retreat and say no to this being in this role, um, retreating in your mind and your body so that everything falls into the way it's supposed to, like a puzzle that's is going to have an end, so you can see the picture of yourself in that puzzle. So the role that you are playing and projecting out to the world, it it is what creates the biggest suffering for you. So reduce the roles that you are playing, and then you will realize that the body is moving into a happy state and a more peaceful state. Um, and of course, when there is down, there's up. So there would be situation where it moves up and down until this practice become daily occupation and good enough to use your time, spend your time in observations, observing yourself, what your hands looks like, and your body, your bones, your muscles, your face, how it can change from one week to another when you do different things. You change the way you walk and talk. So this is a very deep teaching and listen, and this is what I really want to share from this open channel. And I will move on with the different perspectives from myself as a human that's born into this Western world, still longing for this emptiness and this being satisfied with less and less and less, and see the meaning, discover the meaning of being present in the moment. So the next that just came to me because I looked over there was gratitude. So are you being very grateful for what you've already got? And if this was something that I asked you to do, take a look around and see all this, what you've gathered and what you have accomplished, how you can appreciate this and appreciate those that you are together. You spend your time with, live with. And when you feel that gratitude for all the small things, to all the small things, it develops something inside of you instead of looking out and being in nagging or slandering about everything around us, gossiping and having opinions about everything. Just take it in just for yourself and ask yourself as a reflection, what if I stop participating in this role play just for a moment, just for a day, just for a week, just for some hours every day, and then take a look at how the whole world around you is changing. It's a very, very interesting journey. And then something that a lot of Buddhists are practicing is the 5 precepts or the 10 precepts and so on. So you can develop some good qualities with remembering this and be persistent about this every day. So I will just share something that I've been studying myself that reduces this inner turmoil, and maybe you looking too much around and then thinking that the whole world is chaos and therefore you are also chaos and live in a chaotic mind, and you have all kinds of diseases and maybe psychological diagnosis or whatever because of your view out instead of looking in and getting rid of all those thousands of and millions of voices that are disturbing you from the television, the radio, the mobile phones, the computer, the work, everything around you. Just let it go, and it's okay to not have that much, or not live in big houses, or it's okay to have a small apartment, or live in a little cabin, or just enjoying the nature, being in nature. So I will share the recommendations for beginners that I'm also studying and remember myself. And I'll just take what's most important right now. If it's something that I haven't said yet. So the one is doing something about your 5 precepts. So this is remembering not to kill, not to take a life, not to take something that is not given to you, not to steal. It is not to intoxicate or not to being in sexual abuse with younger people or participate in things that other people won't um, allow you to. And also yourself saying no to what's not good for you. And not intoxicate yourself with drugs or alcohol. Many people don't think that alcohol is drug, but it is, and it's mainly the one that causes all the other precepts to fall. Because when you take drugs, you drink, then your moral and ethical views, they fade. So when you drink, then your discipline fades away, and there are lots and lots of examples on people that are so unhappy as adults because their parents did not listen to this or didn't think about, or they didn't think about how much harm they could cause their children, being drunk or maybe being together with somebody else's wife. So to cheat, and how much pain it's costing people around the world. So therefore, those precepts, if you're just getting started or if you are stuck in some way, take a look at those 5 precepts and ask yourself where there is a room for improvement, where there is a room for improvement. Not to lie, not to tell something when you actually might feeling something else. Not harming anyone with your words, thinking about how to respond on things instead of reacting, but instead responding. Take a break, think about it before you act and get an instant result that can harm anyone around you. Um, not getting something from the doctor, not getting drugs or anything that is not prescribed by a doctor. Um, and do something about your six senses, your where you look, what you listen to, what you say, what you feel, and get a lot of pleasure from, what you smell, and what you do with your body, and what you do to express yourself with this body. Um, and then just reduce all the negative, all the things that can give you very good emotions, but also very bad emotions. And in the beginning, just be aware of how much you involve in, how much you are involving in and participating. Maybe that's the word, a better word. How much you participate in this role play so you can get pleasure. And pleasure is not bad, but pleasure is a problem when one pleasure is gone and the next arises and the next and the next and the next, because you don't see an end to this. So have a look at your beginnings, be aware in the present moment, and try to discover and observe in 24 hours what you're doing. Because a lot of people, when they meditate, they might sit for many hours or something, but their mind is totally disrupted from all kinds of disturbing emotions and thoughts that are from the past or from the worrying about the future. But you can go, you can walk around in your home for 24 hours and just discover what you're doing, just observing what you're doing. And from that observation, you can rearrange what you're doing. So what I'm rearranging is my things. So I was thinking, why have this? What am I going to show in this? I'm going to rearrange this so that what you can see is um, me still keeping those books because I have something to discover from them and share from them. But why are we showing all this? Why is it important for us to show all this? Show our children. Why is this so important for so many people to show what we have gathered? And when we dig deep into this and can let go of more and more material, My theory, based on practice, is I found a more peaceful and more calm way of being and living with myself. I thought maybe a lot of other people also wanted to walk this way with me, around me, but what I discovered was no, they don't want to get rid of, they don't want to let go of, they still want to keep. So why I have made this channel is because I want to reach you if you're still suffering from the same issues that all kinds of people have around the world, but you are interested and you are open to take a look at yourself. Take a more closer look and look inside. See what's inside and let some of this dirt get out. Um, do something with your consumption. So what you put in your mouth. And the last thing is just to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or a small amount of time every day just to step back and breathe. No, it's okay. Everything was okay. And then remember, if you want to keep your focus on the path that you have said yes to walk and discover, take a look at yourself. Taking a look at yourself. Be around noble friends, people that also say yes to not killing, not stealing, not using drugs, not slandering, doing slandering things, blaming, shaming, gossiping, not lying, and experience what it is to be with somebody who also want to keep those promises. And this will be the last thing I will say before I end this. And that is, it protects you. So it's not all the thing that you've gathered, all the houses, all the material stuff that protects you. A small amount of it will protect you getting warm and get some food. But the things that really protect you is the people that you can rely on, also living up to those wonderful, wonderful precepts so you can be safe in their environment. That is the lesson and the sharing for today. Thank you so much for listening. And feel free to like, subscribe, and share if you want to. And write a comment or send me a private message if you don't want to share it with somebody else. And keep the good work with your mindfulness and being more present and loving and caring, compassionate to yourself and others. And then we will see you. I will see you very soon.